If you want to get the most out of your influencer marketing campaigns, it is absolutely necessary that you know the right tools to filter and find the right influencers. So in today's video, I want to share a new tool that I've been using for a few days now, and it seems like it's the best influencer marketing tool that I used so far. So stick with me to the end of this video and I will show you how you can use this tool to filter influencers by engagement, by size, by category, and find millions of influencers to work with so that you never run out of the right business partners to advertise your products. So let's move right into the video and I hope that you stay to the end. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Let's get started. Alright guys, so here you can see the tool and you can see that it's called heapsy.com, and I've tested a lot of different influencer marketing tools in like the past 2 years or something. And I must say that so far this is actually by far the best I've tested. As you can see here, the total amount of people that they have in their database is 3.3 million. So most of the databases I worked with had like 30,000, 80,000, probably 100,000, sometimes a few 100,000. But at least from what I know, this is the biggest database that I've come across, and like I said, probably there are bigger ones, but it's definitely one of the biggest and it's super easy to use. So how does this platform work and why do I like it so much? First of all, you can see that they gave me a free trial. Normally you can choose between the free version or one of the premium versions, and they gave me a free trial of the premium version, even though normally you can't get that. But in the free version, you can already look at handle and bio, and you can basically find people based on what they have in their bio. So I definitely recommend you to check the free version out and then decide whether you also want to go with the paid one. So in the paid one, what you can do, and this is what I think is pretty amazing, you can filter by, for example, country, right? So let's say you work with an influencer in the United States, you can say that you only want influencers from there. And you can even go with state or something, which in e-commerce is probably not that important. But what you can do, for example, is let's say you sell something in the fashion space, right? You go to category fashion, so now you're left with 64,000 influencers. And now what you can do, and this is really, really cool, you can filter them by engagement. So that you can see here that these influencers have an engagement rate. So average, average, average. Here you have excellent. And what they do is to determine the score, Heapsy actually compares them to other influencers in their space. So this guy here, when you see excellent, this is not an absolute number. This is not an absolute rating that they get with X% of comments or something, because they compare it to others. And as you can see here, it says that when we hover over it here, 80 to 100% of influencers in the same segment have a lower engagement. So this means that that this guy has a pretty good engagement. And what you could do now is, you're still left with 65,000 influencers. So what you could do is you say, I only want those that have at least good engagement. So suddenly you're left with 20,000. And because probably you also have a limited budget, you want to cut out all of these that have like 250,000, 500,000 followers, because obviously these won't get you anywhere. So you could also say maximum 30K. So now suddenly you have again 5,000 less. So now you're left with 15,000. You could also go ahead and say, like, I don't know, you will really want to work with micro influencers and have less than 15K or maybe even 10K. And now you're left with 6,400, and you can really go through all these small influencers that didn't work with too many brands in the past. So here, basically, what you can see here below their names is which brands they've mentioned. So for example, this guy here, this person mentioned GIK Life and Naive Socks and Pompeii brand. So you can see already with how many brands they've worked, because most likely if they link a brand, it means that they were sponsored, not always, but it's an indicator. And you can basically determine, right, if one influencer worked with like 30 brands in the past, probably it's not the best one to work with, because they're posting so much branded stuff that probably their audience gets a little numb. But if you go, for instance, for example, this one here, 6.5 thousand followers, excellent engagement, and so far it seems that she did not really work with brands in the past, at least not based on mentioning them on her feed. So this seems like a pretty good influencer. She has 6,500 subscribers. She gets like 100 comments per post, so 80 to 100 comments per post. She has a pretty good engagement rate, and she has 6.5 thousand subscribers, but she gets like 4 to 500 likes per post. So it all seems pretty good. And it's definitely an influencer that I would try if you sell something, typical women's stuff or whatever. It seems that she's actually, more about shooting landscape photos or city photos and stuff like that, and not really pics of herself. But I assume that you could still try and see what you can get out of something like this. Same goes, of course, for all the others that you can find here. You have this girl here, Elizabeth. She just worked with one brand, really, and you can check her out. You click here on Instagram, and you can then check her account here. Okay, she doesn't get too many comments, but at least, yeah, well, she actually doesn't get too much interaction. She also has only a good engagement rate, but you get the idea, right? So you can really dig very, very deep. As I said, here we have 6,400 results. These were just the first like 12 or something. So you can go really, really deep into this. You can also order by engagement, so that first of all, you will only get those with excellent engagement, which I think could also be pretty helpful. So if we again want to look for those who didn't work with too many brands, here 5.4 thousand. And this is a very big misconception that many people have, that these small influencers cannot really help you, right? So in fact, the smaller ones tend to have the highest engagement, and they are very personal. So when they talk to their fans, usually, they directly communicate with them. They respond to their questions. Whereas if you work with, I don't know, like a huge influencer with 2 million followers or 500,000 followers, they definitely don't have this personal level, this personal relationship to their audience. Whereas such an influencer right here with only 5,000 subscribers, they can easily respond to any comment and really talk to these people, as you can see here, right? So she answers anyone, and she really talks to them. So you can imagine, if she promotes one of your products, it is way easier to make that sale, because these people trust her a little more, and it's just all more personal. So this is what I definitely recommend you guys to do. The link for this tool is in the description, by the way, and then you can really dig through this whole database. You could literally spend hours just finding the right influencers to work with. Many of them will probably work on a product basis or probably on a commission basis. And of course, if you go up and let's say you suddenly start with 50 to 250K, of course, in this influencer range, you also have to pay something, at least most of the time. And yeah, you can basically look who you want to work with, and you can find all of these. You can, as I said before, you can check different categories that they are in. You can check whether they collaborate with certain brands. So technically, you could enter a competitor's brand or a brand that is similar to yours and see influencers that work with these brands, and probably you could then also talk to them and say, hey, do you also want to work with my brand, and things like that. So I think this is a super powerful tool. Like I said, so far it's my favorite tool for influencer marketing, and I think I definitely continue to use it. And one last cool thing that I forgot, I don't use it myself really, because I think, cost estimates are never that accurate. But here you can also filter, or you can also have a certain filter for cost estimates, because Heapsy calculates an amount that you have to pay for a post. I don't know exactly how they make it up, probably like with engagement and the audience and all these kind of things. So you could say that you only want influencers to show where you have to pay less than $100 for a shout out. And of course, in this larger segment, you don't have too many. But if we go with 15K, for example, you can filter results, and you can then see influencers only where you have to pay up to $100 for a post. Now, like I said, I feel like this is not too accurate, but it's definitely also one thing to do. And then you can pick those that fit your budget, and you can really learn which of these influencers to work with. So I hope that you like this little review video. Like I said, check out the link in the description for this tool. I think it's great. You can try it out in the free version. If you want to have all these segmenting options here, category, metrics, then you need at least the basic version, which is $29 a month. Of course, you can cancel anytime. But like I said, I recommend that you check it out, because I will definitely continue to use it, as so so far, this is the best tool I came across with. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Also subscribe for more info on e-commerce and marketing and how to grow your online store. So again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Bye bye.